Well, there's never a dull moment here in these cryptocurrency markets, as we've just now experienced the largest hack in the history of crypto. It wasn't enough a few weeks ago when we did the largest liquidation event in the history of cryptocurrency. We followed that up with the largest presidential meme coin rug pull last weekend. And then this week we decided that wasn't enough. Let's do the largest hack in the history of cryptocurrency. 1.4 billion hacked from Bybit of Ethereum today. Now, that wasn't it, though. We got some good news. The SEC has dismissed another cryptocurrency case. They have ended another investigation. And this brings us to a conversation that we're going to be having as well. This case with Ripple getting wrapped up and a potential supply shock happening for XRP based off of the case concluding, ETFs going live, and now we're seeing the largest hacks, a little bit of a liquidity crisis. Could we see a run on XRP taking place? We're going to get to the bottom of it in this Friday evening update. I hope you guys had a great week. Let's roll on into the weekend, wrapping up here and summarizing what took place. What a day. Kash Patel officially sworn in as FBI director. The hunters are now becoming the hunted, and we're going after it all. Let all truth be revealed, and let's bring justice for all as we expose it all. And speaking of exposing it, we have the files, we have the list sitting on Attorney General Pam Bondi's desk. And this is a directive from President Trump. We need to review it. We need to get it out. And so now that Kash Patel has been sworn in as FBI director, we know that Pam Bondi has it on her desk. We're expecting some major revelations and information to be dropping here just basically in the next 24 hours. But then just, over the course of the next couple of weeks, it's going to get spicy out here, to say the least. Hundreds of IRS compliance and enforcement employees terminated immediately at Austin, Texas office per internal email. And, no joke. No jokes aside, you guys know I want to abolish the IRS. I think that we need to move it back to the states, and we could do a national income, national consumption tax is what's being proposed right now. We definitely got to get to the bottom of it. But what's going to be tough here is this jobs market. We're already in a jobs recession. And now with the amount of federal government employees that are getting laid off, that was a big reason why the jobs numbers stayed positive and why our unemployment rate hadn't gone up even further was, I think 30% of the jobs, maybe even more over the past year was actually government hiring. And then when you look at the slush funds that were happening with U.S. aid and all these other programs, I mean, these were contracts, government contracts and funds that were, given out through government contracts. A lot of that's getting sealed up as well, too. And so a tightening here that needs to be done, but there is going to be some short-term pain, and the markets felt it today with the consumer sentiment coming out. This is what spooked the stock market, resulting in the worst day so far of 2025, with nearly $1 trillion being wiped out, tally at $927 billion out of the U.S. stock market today. So consumer sentiment, along with some other things that came out here this week, basically just showing, there was real estate data that came out this week. Today, too, U.S. existing home sales was down, lower than expectations. And so the stock market was not liking that news. Worst day of 2025 so far for the stocks. And then with the largest hack in cryptocurrency history, that's what spooked the crypto markets. But who got out just in time? The insiders like to do this, don't they? JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon likes to do this, don't they? Monster insider trading alert. CEO Jamie Dimon just dumped $233 million worth of JPM shares. And I checked the date on this. It was yesterday. So yesterday, JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon, he hit the exits with a monster sale. And what's interesting to note is in the past year, we actually tracked, it hasn't been that long since he made his first ever sale of any JP Morgan stock. So we've been talking about this over the past 12 months with Jeff Bezos and Zuckerberg, selling off record amounts of stock, building themselves bunkers, buying themselves mega yachts that they could live on. They could ride out the storm just on the mega yacht, living pretty comfortably out there. So we've been watching, watch what they do, not what they say. And Jamie Dimon timing that one out perfectly, hitting the exits there yesterday. Now, continuing on, Waters Above, summarizing it, like I said at the very beginning, we just had our biggest single day liquidation event ever. That was on February 3rd. Bigger than FTX, bigger than Luna, bigger than March 2020. And speaking of March 2020, apparently we got another little flu, a little coffee cough, a little something, something. You might get a little snivel. We might have a little something that just got discovered once again in China. Uh-oh. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Here we go. Perfect timing. So February 3rd, we did the largest liquidation event in the history of cryptocurrency. Last weekend, we did the biggest rug pull. That was the President Argentina Milei. Biggest rug pull there. That blew up the Seoul. I called it the Seoul shit show. Excuse my French. And then we decided, hey, let's up our game a little bit. Biggest crypto hack in history today. 1.4 billion of Ethereum out of Bybit. But yet we still have Bitcoin sitting at 95,000 and the XRP community is chilling while XRP did drop down to 250. And really, I'm going to show you the chart here later. XRP's already bounced back up. If this isn't a sign of strength, then I don't know what to tell you. And that's my sentiment right here. That's why I'm wearing the bear by the fireplace shirt here today. Because this is what the XRP family's doing today. Once again, just like on the largest liquidation event, just like on meme coin rug pull, just like today with the largest hack ever, we're just chilling right by the fireplace, roasting our marshmallow, watching the fact that our rocket ship's already taken off. We haven't gone full, quantum leap speed yet, but we're moving. We are definitely moving and holding so well. Now, of course, Carl the Moon had to take an opportunity. We can't go one day. We're not trying to be toxic. We're not trying to engage in any of this drama, but we can't go one day without these guys trying to send a low blow at XRP family. Carl the Moon. Silly Carl. There are tens of millions of altcoins, but the Bybit hacker didn't steal XRP. Study that. These guys think they're funny. It is interesting. Carl the Moon loves to FUD it, but then he also likes to go long XRP. He likes to go long XRP on Bybit, sending out his little referral code there for the Bybit platform. Funny how that works. Bybit. What is the percentage of Ethereum that was stolen compared to all the assets under management for Ethereum? This is their CEO, Ben Zhu. I believe it was around 70% of Ethereum assets under management, and they are actively taking loans right now. They are saying that they are solvent. I went to CoinMarketCap, and I actually looked at their reserves and what they got over here, saying right now that they have about 8 billion of volume in the past 24 hours. This is the second largest cryptocurrency exchange by trading volume. They have over 60 million users since 2018. This is a massive exchange, only behind Binance and a little bit ahead of Coinbase. Okay? And so I went and it's interesting. I also went to CoinGlass, and actually Bybit has inflows on their XRP pairing, XRP USDT. In the past 12 hours, it has 12 million of inflows. So we're actually seeing most selling happening on Binance, Kraken, Coinbase. This is where we're seeing outflows out of XRP. And there is some speculation going around right now that maybe some XRP was getting sold off and dumped to be able to pay back and to kind of cover their butts. There's a lot of covering of butts going on right now. I know I could probably have found a better term, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to get my point across here. And this is the transaction history that we're looking at. This was today, earlier this morning. 40 million XRP transferred from unknown wallet to Bybit, and this is most likely them transferring from a cold wallet to their hot wallet to cover withdrawals that they're seeing, people taking XRP and other cryptos off their platform. But we also got to watch here because there might be, and it looks like to me there was a heavy amount of selling on XRP today. I mean, it's not speculation. We saw the price go down. We saw what just happened on XRP today, but it's actually already made a recovery. And I want to show you that it's following the fractal that I found here yesterday. Last night's live show, I showed you guys this pattern. After we ran up to $2.90 the first time, 27 days of consolidation, triple tap $3 before we take off, and then we bounce back up. And so I just took this fractal from this day all the way up to this high of 340. And funny enough, if you measure out 27 days, this fractal then starts right here, and this is matching up really well. Really well. I showed you guys this last night, and I said, look, we're about to finish up this consolidation. before we blast off. And we're going up to $3.80. That's an all-time high push. All-time high push is about to happen. And this matches up for March 1st. So I'll let the Riddlers and the decoders figure out why March 1st is the date, or why it's, March 2nd or March 3rd. But I mean, I'm not hanging my hat on that exact date. I'm just looking at this fractal and saying this is lining up pretty dang well. And it looks like this is the final flush out that's taking place here today before this case concludes. The ETFs go live. And is this going to kind of fuel that supply shock on XRP? Now, today we get another dismissal. The Coinbase case has been dismissed by the SEC. So we're getting a little impatient here, and I feel your frustration. It's time for Ripple to settle up here as well. Ashley Prosper comments, I expect there will have to be a settlement in the Ripple case, considering that Ripple has a cross appeal. IPO approval, amongst other things, should be part of that deal, winky face. And I agree. I mean, it would be nice for Ripple to settle up. I think that there is a potential where that case still could be just be dropped, because basically the settlement would be, basically no matter what it's going to be a version of a settlement, of a deal that's being done. As long as they don't have to pay that fine and that case gets dropped, that would suffice, because basically we would have clarity on XRP. Ripple would have clarity on their institutional sales that were an investment contract. Everybody would be in the clear, and then the fine would be dropped and we could move forward. Now, a settlement would be nice, because then maybe they could, say, hey, we want to make sure we got the green light on the IPO. And this would almost fast track Ripple for being able to get that IPO through later this year into next year. So settlement or case dismissal, in my opinion, it is going to happen 100% by April 16th, which is the day that Ripple requested to be able to file their appeal response. And so maybe they just end up dropping their appeal. SEC ends up dropping their appeal, dismissing the case, and the case is over. Or maybe a settlement gets done. But either way, this case is over in the next 60 days. I mean, less than 60 days now. February 21st, as I record this update, by April 16th, it's over. It's done. The headlines will be running across the television. The headlines will be running across Twitter, mainstream news. And before that happens, that price is going to move. And there very well could be a supply shock on XRP too. Final point, SEC ends investigation in the NFT marketplace OpenSea. They also, remember, they dismissed that other case with the Blockchain Association and that group out of Texas over the broker-dealer rule. And so they're doing deals right now. This is happening now. This case is going to wrap up. The ETFs are going to be approved. They're going to be going live. And you're already seeing the XRP potentially is being used to cover the liquidity crisis, the bank run that we saw today in the crypto markets. Ripple ready to be a lender of last resort. Last week, they actually helped bail out MoonPay, which wasn't about propping up the Trump coin like some people are trying to say. It was actually about just giving a short-term loan to MoonPay so that they could, stay liquid, basically. They had money in BlackRock over the weekend. They couldn't get access to it. That's where Ripple and Galaxy came in to provide a short-term loan. So Ripple already acting as a lender of last resort, and they're looking around the cryptocurrency space saying, who's insolvent? Who's going to go bust? Who should we buy? Remember, they were going to buy that Fortress Trust company, and then they decided to end up buying Medico. It's like they looked over Fortress Trust and, kind of just decided, not really what we need right now. Let's, let them go. Somebody else can bail them out or buy them out if they want, but not the right deal for us. When you have $1 billion cash, over $100 billion in XRP, you're just in a really good spot. And so this is where Ripple's set up to be a lender of last resort. And XRP, we're already starting to see it getting shuffled around here. How much is left on these exchanges? And, there's a couple of scenarios that play out here where it just forces a run on XRP in just a dramatic run up on price as well simultaneously. So please prepare yourself accordingly over the next 60 days. I think it's going to be some of the most volatile price action in XRP's history. So please be locked in, be ready. If you're getting antsy, I don't think that you need to be patient for much longer. It looks like we're about to take off. Now, if you appreciate our content, please make sure you're liking our videos, helping us out by sharing it out far and wide. All of our community resources are available at zachrector.com. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. We got our Discord weekly call at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. So if you guys want to tune in with the family, head on over to zachrector.com, sign up through Patreon to get access to Discord and you can join us there tomorrow morning. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless you all. Thank you so much. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.